Hello there, fellow humans, and I remembered that I still have a YouTube channel, and today I'm going to do something I haven't done in a very long time, and that is do a World of Tanks Blitz shop review. Now, there's a very good reason why I stopped, and that's because there's nothing worth buying anymore. Now, let's see if that's still true a couple of months after I did the last shop review. I've reviewed the Nemesis a couple of weeks ago, and that was pretty bad, so let's see if it has gotten better or worse since then. Now, crates, not going to talk about that. You know my stance on crates if you've ever been on this channel before. Don't buy crates, don't gamble. The only one that wins is the house, which in this case is Wargaming. Now, in the Battle Pass, if you play regularly, then the Battle Pass is still going to be a good investment. If you fill it out completely, you're going to have a decent time. You'll be fine. Now, the grand surprise is, the only grand surprising thing about this is that it's absolutely terrible. And these aren't even, they're not even sorted by tier. They're not, I don't know if this is an accident or on purpose now to like confuse people, but look at this. The Poodle has a 6% drop chance. The tier 10s have 0.48%. The drop chances of one tier 6 are higher than all the tier 10s combined, pretty much, depending on how many tier 10s are in here, because you can't tell because they're all scrambled. So I don't know if this is a mistake. Maybe it's on purpose to throw people off, but either way, this is pretty pathetic. Because if you want to rip people off, you at least want to give them the feeling that they're getting value, and there is no way that you're going to ever feel like value getting out of this. So, uncool. Now, really, what? Oh my God. If you go back to the Nemesis video, I think I said, because they did 39 charms, they were like, oh, how long till they do 49 or 50? Well, right here. It didn't take them 3 weeks to get worse, and honestly, at this point, at the end of the year, they're probably going to reach 100 charms. I mean, I'm leaning way too much out of the window here, and that's probably not going to happen. But so far, I said it 3 times that they're going to increase the amount of charms, and it happened 3 times. So I don't like being right about this, but here I am. Now, obviously, what is the Tiger Mouse? The Tiger Mouse is a VK4502B with more DPM. So if you like the Moiskin, if you like side scraping, if you like the VK4502B, this is a premium version of that. It makes credits. It has a bit more DPM. It, I think, has less alpha damage, though, because the VK has 460. So, yeah, you have to pay 50,000 gold for this. But, as we've seen in the auction, I gotta say, when I looked at the auction, I was, quite frankly, disgusted with the community at how much money was paid for meaningless things. Like, people paid like 400 euros for a number on a camouflage. I mean, some guy paid 2 million gold for a camouflage. And don't be surprised if Wargaming uses that to their maximum, right? If you're willing to get ripped off, Wargaming will gladly rip you off. I think the only thing that's going to happen if you're the #1 camouflage is that everybody that meets you on the battlefield is going to laugh at you for being dumb. Dumb is also something you have to be. If you spend 10,000 gold... Did they buff this thing? No, it's still terrible. So, 7,500 with equipment. That's what the price for this bundle used to be for a very long time. It didn't change much, but now there's no equipment and it's 10k. So, at least you're getting ×5s that are locked to the vehicles, which means you can't use them for anything except a tiny bit of free XP. You would have to pay gold to convert that premium XP to free XP. So, these ×5s that are locked to specific vehicles, they're simply just there to give you a tiny sliver of free XP and hope that you might pay to convert that XP that you earned into some free XP. Now, the ML51, 7 days of premium. Unfortunately, these ×5s are locked, which means they're not great. But hey, there's equipment in here. 11 euros. There's no way on any planet that this combined would be 92 euros. 11 euros for the ML51, which is a still decent tank. I mean, 2k DPM, 3-shot autoloader. It's quite good at playing hull down. And generally, if you've liked the Kranwagen line, if you have the Kranwagen line, or even the Yor line in the American tech tree, then this could be a decent addition to grind credits with overall. I think this is an okay bundle. Like, you know, this is pathetic right here, and the crates are pathetic, but I think the ML51 here is still, it's a good deal. If you have this and you need premium and gold, sure, get it, but it is basically just bait. So have a really good offer in here to, you know, hey, we're going to give you one excellent offer. Everything else is terrible, though. So You buy the one excellent one, and then you buy 5 terrible ones. And Wargaming wins. So, take the bait, but don't fall for the rest, because 250 for 14 days and 1.5k gold is a pretty good deal. You're not really missing out on anything by not doing it. Now, I'm not going to do it, of course, because I have not spent a single cent on Blitz since 2023, and I'd like to keep it that way because it just feels nice. So, we go down here. You know, instead of having the graphics like before, they now look like this. So, this costs 7.5k on its own now. The whole bundle with the Blaze used to be 7.5k. Listen, if you've just started playing Blitz or you haven't been playing Blitz for a very long time, you do not know how good the shop was in 2020, 2021. Well, it wasn't really great before that. Like 2014 to 2016, the shop wasn't really good at all. But then sort of like 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, the shop was really good. And then in the last year, especially starting 2024, it has all gone insane. This would be a 10k bundle in any sane world with equipment, but it's not. It's 13.5k without. Do you have good vehicles in here? Well, they're fine, but they're not worth 13.5k. That's insane. These are pretty bad prices. The Badger for 17.5 doesn't include equipment, but this is an okay price for a tier 10 like this. If it had equipment, should be 15k. At least this hasn't gotten too much worse right here. It is shrinkflation with the equipment being gone. But I think 17.5k is still an okay-ish deal for a relatively good tank. And if you like tier 10 tank destroyers, then it still is going to be something useful. Now, PZ-58, waste of space. We have the Lorraine 50T down here for 10k. This is like, I mean, it's okay. You know, it's not great. It's like the TL7, you know, it's there. This is a vehicle that's there. You don't need it. You don't get much from it. It's just there. 14.5 for a Lorraine 40T and a Lorraine 50T. There's no equipment. There's nothing else. There's not the camos. What is this? Clown ejaculate? I don't know how to describe this. If you're into masochism, 7.5k for the STG is a great price. But if you're sane, don't do that. Now, after having rejected, I think, 3 pop-up offers that trying to get me to buy crates, I've decided I'm going to play the Tiger Mouse. Now, I like medium tanks. I like quick, fast action, which is why I play Limo Ultimate now. Which, fun fact, by the way, for the price of the Tiger Mouse, you can get the entirety of Limo Ultimate plus the DLCs, which is around, well, 30 different cars, 13 racetracks. You could probably even get yourself a year of Race Control Pro. Just for the price of 1 tank in Blitz. So, let's see. Obviously, these 2 guys are going over there, which... the player numbers are dropping, but luckily, the player IQ can't drop because there is no lower than 0. So, we have a tier 8 right there. Is the Blitz Nation Tech Tree. This thing is pretty much a lower alpha damage, higher DPM VK4502B. That's essentially all that it is. I mean, it has its own quirks. It does have a cupola that is really tiny, so you can side scrape this thing really well, but obviously you have to be careful at the front to not peek like I just did, because then you can get penned very easily through the side of the vehicle, and obviously the engine's at the front as well, so you can take some engine damage there. So let's see what we can do. There's a guy over there. There we go. Front armor is working. We can check that. So, FV301. I'm now going to try to get away from the 704 there and move towards the Tiger 2. And that's a bad idea. House 3. That's a pretty pathetic low roll right there. Yeah, I'm going to let that guy deal with it because not worth it. So, let's see. Okay. I mean, it works. You know, it's got the armor. It's got the side scraping ability. If you like playing in the city, which I have never thought to be a good idea ever, then this is going to be a tank. This is one of the, like, 7 tanks in the game that work better in the city than they do outside. So, there's that. Now, let's try and crawl up the hill here with magnificent pace. And this very much is an acquired taste. If you like super heavies, especially slow side-scraping super heavies, obviously this is gonna be a solid vehicle to pick up if it comes into the shop at a reasonable price of probably 12 to 14k gold, something like that maybe. So well, there's that, but you definitely wouldn't want to buy this in crates, or buy anything in crates for that matter. So that's the ISU 152 over there then, when the object's here. And now the problem is, obviously, this is why I don't like vehicles like this. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna have to crawl all the way over there to get into the action. If I was a medium tank, I'd be over there in no time. I can do 1,000 damage just like that. Once again, quite easily. So now somebody else is doing that damage, and I can just sit here and wait and see if I can get that ISU 152 with his BL-10 and 286 millimeters of penetration, which did not go through the front of this tank. And oh, that's why it didn't go through. He's playing the stock gun. That is terrible, because the BL-10 would have never not penned the front of this vehicle, because even though it is thick, it's not BL-10 thick. So yeah, now we have the Object 704 still alive. 3.4k damage, 2.4k damage blocked, 400 resistance. Yeah, I mean, it's a result, I guess. Let's try and go for the 704 here. Let's see. I mean, that's the thing, you know, I've played everything, said everything, done everything. What's the point of doing more? Please don't. Okay, what is he doing? Don't know what he's doing, but I can't get to him like this. Got himself stuck, and the Ballistic's is gonna finish him off, probably. Oh, there he is. He did high roll, but not high enough. Well, that's the Tiger Mouse. I don't miss doing shop reviews. The ammo bundle's nice. Yeah, that 14 days of premium bundle's nice. Wargaming hit rock bottom when it comes to new tank releases a long time ago. There's the Kohler Super Deep Borehole. That's like the deepest hole ever made by humans. I think Wargaming, if they keep adding more charms to their releases... Also, what is this formatting, by the way? Like, it's been happening a lot more that the store... Like, what is this? That the store formatting is just completely broken. So... yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't think Wargaming ever expected to run this version of Blitz this long. I don't think this is going in a good direction. I mean, there are some